Hello, take two here. I am recording a video. I messed up the audio on the other one, so I have to restart. So that's why there's a little bit of comic done already. Um, this is not a video where I'm going to do like the whole comic for you guys to watch, because one, I'm going to be fucking around a lot with this giant panel, and I don't think that's going to be interesting to watch. But so consider this a little preview. But mostly I'm here to talk about what's going on with Ben and Steph, where it's been for the last month, and what the future plans are for it. I know that the vast majority of the people who follow me on Facebook are there exclusively for Ben and Steph and don't, they tolerate me posting my other stuff, but it is not, you know, the main reason that they're following me. So I respect that, and I want to talk about this. So good news, I'm going to be doing Ben and Steph's. As you can see, I'm doing one now. But for a while, I was trying to get Ben and Steph onto Webtoons, as some of you probably already know. I do two series for Webtoons already, Elfin Warrior and Behind the Gifts, and I was trying to get Ben and Steph hosted on Webtoons as a way to supplement my income in a more tangible way, since they pay for their featured series than Patreon is able to provide. Unfortunately, Ben and Steph were kind of created as, something that was platform specific to college humor. And I'm confident of my ownership of the characters, but I guess it was something that Webtoons is looking more for something completely original. So I had taken some time off because, again, Patreon is not it's good money and I like it and I'm glad it's there, but it is not the amount of money that I would have been able to get from syndicating or featuring on Webtoons or whatever have you. So that's what I was trying to do with that, and unfortunately I don't think that's going to pan out. So I'm looking at having it featured on Go Comics, just as a little bump, but for the most part it's going to remain Patreon supported, and then eventually, hopefully, supported by merchandise and by books and collections and stuff like that. But I was spending a lot of time the last month or two trying to develop a different property that Webtoons would be able to use. My dog is here to join the party. Hi, buddy. Oh, hey, buddy. I'm gonna take that squeaky toy away from you. Oh, what a good boy. So we're just gonna deal with the squeaky in the background because I'm ignoring him, and he's being patient about that. I lied. I'm gonna take that away. Just a second. Okay, I took his squeaky toy away. And in exchange, he's gonna pee on the floor. So good trade. Anyway, yeah, I am intending to keep doing Ben and Steph's. When I took that break, I paused the Patreon, so people should not have been charged for the last month of me not making comics. I do plan to keep it going next month and make at least 1 or 2 comics a week. Hopefully 2 per week. It really just depends on my schedule, because I am still trying to develop a series for Webtoons that is going to be a little bit more stable income. And again, if Patreon really takes off in a way that supports the comic beyond my expectations, then I can focus more on Ben and Steph. But I gotta do what I gotta do. So that is where Ben and Steph has been. And it's also just, having ideas for doing comics every day is difficult. And I do a lot of comics already, even on top of the Ben and Steph. I'm also doing 2 a week for Behind the Gifts, and then writing a chapter of Elfin Warrior, and then trying to do, you know, the eventual other series for webtoons. So it just takes up a lot of creative energy and time. But when I have good ideas, like this one that I'm making now, I think is good. It feels really good to make this kind of comic when you don't have good ideas, but you have to make a comic anyway. That is so, like, you know, creative people who are listening probably know that's, like, exhausting. It's, like, really takes a lot out of you to, like, push something through that you're not excited about and then, like, watch it get a tepid response and you're like, yeah, I know it wasn't great, but, you know, people were expecting it, so you had to do it. So I guess I'm gonna take it a little easier on myself and try to, you know, I'll try to do 2 comics per week, but if I only have one really good idea that I actually am proud of and like, then maybe there will only be 1 that week. But fortunately, in the time that I have not been doing it, I've had a lot of ideas that I like, so that hopefully will not really be a factor in the immediate future. But, you know, I'm going to be posting this comic with the video, so it's not really a sneak peek, but this is kind of an owl turdish idea for a comic. He likes to do those last panels where somebody gets a little smooch and smiles, and I'm riding that gravy train right now. Thanks, Jen. I think that's mostly what I wanted to say about this and why I've been gone and why I haven't, you know, been making the Ben and Stephs. I know that people get really impatient with me posting the other comic series when I'm not posting Ben and Steph, and hopefully that's only when I'm not posting Ben and Steph, because I would like to get more audience going to Elfin Warrior. It's like a comic I really like making, and I hope other people who are into that kind of genre will like it too, and would love to get a larger audience to that, so I'm probably going to keep posting that as well, and if I hemorrhage followers, we'll know why. But yeah, that and Behind the Gifts is still going, and I will let you guys know about my new series. It's going to be something a bit more like Ben and Steph, just kind of modern gag humor, character-driven, that kind of style, as opposed to the fantasy stuff or like goofy kind of stuff that Behind the Gifts is. So I think that there will be some crossover in the audience of people who like that, and I'll keep you guys updated. That is pretty much it in terms of what I wanted to say about this. So I guess I will hop off the video now, and if I think of anything else, then I will sit here cursing myself or do another take. Thanks again, guys, for your patience. Thanks again for enjoying the comic and sharing it when you like it. And, you know, one way or another, it's going to keep going, even if it's just on my Facebook page. And one thing that's good about webtoons, I was doing the comics for webtoons in a way where I had the panel layouts in a way where I could easily convert them into a vertical format. And now that I don't have to worry about that, I can go back to doing some of the more interesting formats like this that I was doing when I was doing it for College Humor, so silver lining. Anyway, yeah, thanks guys, and I will post this video in this comic later tonight, and you know, I'll get back in the habit of doing at least one little video like this per week, and making hopefully at least 2 comics per week. Thank you. Goodbye.